Oh my god, everyone. There's a really weird noise in my house. I'm really scared. I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay, I know that this was supposed to be, haha, there's a ghost in your house. Kind of classic gag, right? But, check out the blue dot floating around in the screen. The whole intro of this clip. It is totally an orb or something, and I'm like fucking freaked out right now, guys. Oh my god. Yeah, enjoy the app.
Ah, Ronald, is that you?
Oh, hey Sarah. I'm just doing some vocal warm-ups.
I thought you were a real live ghost in my house.
No, you can get rid of me.
Why are you vocal warming in my laundry room?
I just like my throat to be loose.
It is nice and moist in here.
Yeah, it is.
And drippy.
It's very drippy.
Yeah. So, do you want to come do maybe a Sahara show interview while you're here?
Yeah, can you give me a towel? It's so drippy.
No, I don't have any. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, notice how at this part the blue orb goes into Ronald's body, and now we can just assume that he's being possessed for the entire interview. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Just wanted to update all of you.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Taking off my shoes.
It's me. I don't like it.
And action.
Yeah. It seems really scary when it's like beep, beep, beep.
Yeah,
Like it's
well,
gonna blow up.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a bomb.
Yeah, it does.
We can't joke about that now. We can't joke about bombs now.
Yeah, and it was such hilarious humor before.
Oh yeah. Comedy was so good all the time.
When
And
you could talk about bombs and stuff.
When I could talk about bombs.
Yeah, when you could be da bomb. Can you still be that?
I think so. Isn't one of like the chicken wing flavors? The
Oh,
bomb?
yeah, the bomb something insanity on Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually equivalent to a Hot Ones show.
Oh, Ellie's gonna be mad.
But except with chips and cookies
Oh, I
that
love
are
chips.
mild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of not like.
Do I act like it's spicy?
No. You can just act like how it tastes. You just like try it and see what like it does for you. Are you okay? That's only a Scoville level minus 600.
Rory Scovel, the stand-up comedian.
I feel like my socks are like so prominent. It's fine. That's okay. It's my fault for sitting like that. Okay, so everyone on the globe and or the flat earth, we're gonna kind of have So yeah, I kind of learned a lot from him from the Fear Factor days. No,
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, this is. Oh my God, is this a reoccurring guest, everyone?
Oh yeah.
This is the beautiful, hilarious, great everyone.
Hi everyone.
Everyone.
Quiet. What?
You shut the fuck up right now.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, I get kind of.
Sarah's mad.
I get harsh with my audience.
Ah.
They like that.
Yeah, they like the real talk.
Yeah. That's what they like. We keep it real on the
We keep
show.
it here. Yeah. That Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like my
Experience.
thing. It's like, oh, what? You can't say anything anymore?
I want to say things and want nobody to be mad about it.
Yeah, I just want to like, I can't just express. What happened to freedom of speech? What all that?
Yeah, what happened to freedom of speech?
Yeah.
I don't care.
So you guys,
I'm not gonna look it up.
You shut the fuck up. That's what it is.
Yeah. I can tell you to shut the fuck up, but you can't say that to me.
Oh no.
That's my right.
Well, I kind of have the power.
Yes.
In this situation.
Yes, the power dynamic.
Yeah, and that makes it less problematic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
We make any group that we're in less problematic.
Cheers to
Cheers.
that. That's nice. So Ronald, Dario. What's up?
I'm here I'm here at this place for the first time.
Yeah, you're in my house right
Yes.
now. Yeah.
And I'm having fun.
And you're having fun,
And I'm
right?
having fun.
I don't know what this is like. I have like an aggressive energy today.
Yeah, that's fine. Just take it
Yeah.
out of me. People know that my comedic brand is being a beta.
Well, I think the last episode I had you on, I like just showered you with so many compliments
Oh yeah.
that maybe like I'm trying to like backtrack now and be like, whatever.
Getting ahead of the narrative.
Well, it was like too vulnerable, so you know when you have to backtrack and be mean to the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a elementary school crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, actually.
No, just kidding.
Just kidding. You actually, I don't know, you're still cool, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is what I like to ask everybody.
Okay.
And like some people, okay, I kind of know what they're gonna say, so I like don't really care.
Yeah.
But you're on the show, blah blah.
Yeah,
blah.
I don't really. Let's get this hour over with.
Let's get this going.
Let's get it going. Let's get it started in here.
Yeah, exactly. But for you, I was like, I really don't know what your answer is gonna be.
Oh.
I can't predict it.
Okay.
What is your favorite color, and what is your astrological sign?
Okay. Favorite color, I think probably like forest green, kind of like my pants color.
It's a great color.
And like salmon, I guess basically kind of what I'm wearing.
Your outfit today?
My outfit today.
That's nice you're wearing your favorite colors. That must feel good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Thank you, Sahara.
It must feel nice. You must feel so special.
I feel so good.
Don't you?
I feel so good. A person who doesn't understand when somebody's being passive aggressive towards them.
That's so fucking cool. And you're like, it is.
It is. Yeah. I like what you're wearing too. We're friends.
Thanks.
There's nothing better than like when somebody wants to argue with you and then you just be nice to them and it makes them even more mad.
Yeah, or you're just like, are you okay? And you like just
okay?
like
That's what they
give
bring
them
up.
like genuine compassion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you wait to like, no, I haven't been okay. And you're like, you fucking loser.
You lame-o
You lame-o
nerd.
nerd. Everyone hit the nerd.
Everyone
Hit the nerd.
them.
Yeah. Hit them.
Yeah. Okay, everyone, stop getting out of your seats. I didn't mean Ronald.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay,
Calm
if you
down.
want to.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess go nuts then.
Go nuts.
So astrological sign.
Astrological sign, I am a Capricorn.
You're a Capricorn.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
I don't know, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, some people say it doesn't make as much sense when they get to know me because the Capricorns are supposed to be like
Organized,
like
right.
put together. I guess that's organized.
You seem organized.
Oh, I know.
Don't you work in a library?
I work at the library.
Don't you have to be organized?
No, not really. I mean, have you been to a library before?
Not for a long time.
Okay. It's a constant state of unorganized and that needs to be quelled. Yeah. Yeah, and then I think a lot of Capricorns are like leaders and stuff like that too.
You lead. I've seen you lead someone before.
What?
I take a class with you.
Oh
the
yeah,
class.
I mean I'm the de facto leader.
Yeah, but then you're also like, but I'm one of you guys.
But I'm chill. I'm cool.
But I feel
am
like
I a good teacher?
yeah, you're
Okay.
a great teacher.
Thank you.
And I think it's because you don't like put yourself above us. You're not like,
Ooh.
oh, I'm so much better than you guys.
Yeah.
Which is what
Name
every
names.
other teacher says at the beginning of every class.
Yeah. Number one, don't talk to me when I am not speaking to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and two, I'm better than you'll ever be.
Yeah. Check my IMDb as a Canadian comedian. 4 credits. Everyone's on Supernatural.
And for me, it'll be like, whoa, that's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
I can't wait to get to that.
That
I
level.
hope so one day.
Oh, it's depressing.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying your
How am I enjoying?
experience in the comedy scene?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like in life.
In life. That's a heavy question. I've been in comedy because you've been doing it for a while now, but yeah.
I feel like I've been having like a cool, good time. I feel like I've been like lucky to make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And like good friends. And now my roommates from the comedy scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like living this comedy life.
Yes.
And I haven't had like anyone be like mean to me or like do anything weird.
Which is
I
thankful.
feel like I've been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
That it's been good for you. Let's
Yeah.
knock on wood.
I mean, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, we do that in normal life too.
Yeah. But I feel like it's been like suspiciously helpful to like my life and growth and everything.
I think I definitely think that it's a lot healthier now than it was when I started doing comedy.
Yeah. What happened? What's the tea? What's the gossip?
What's the tea? I just think there are more people who are comedy focused taking improv and sketch classes now. So I think that, and everyone just wants to play with each other because everyone's just sad and they want to be happy whenever they're with other comedians for a little bit.
And comedians are just like, I know this sounds like, oh my god, duh, but comedians are so funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like not just that, but I find that comedians are very like introspective people.
For sure.
And very like down to earth people a lot of the time.
Yes.
And like in touch with like reality more than all you guys out there. More than you little audience, you little nerds
Come
out
and
there.
kick me, hit me.
Yeah, come and hit us right now.
Hit me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I find like everyone's really cool where it's like you reach the level where you're like, maybe I should make friends with people that aren't comedians.
And then you do, and you're like, you try to do one bit with them, and then they're like, on their faces just like, and then you're like, oh, okay, I need to save this for later.
Or they're like, why are you being so mean right now?
Oh.
Like, why are you being such a bully?
Sahara, you're stepping on my feet, please.
Yeah,
stop.
you're literally hitting me.
You're hitting me,
And I'm like, all my comedian friends, let me hit them.
Yeah. Because everyone's a masochist.
Yeah, it is that kind of like what makes someone like do comedy, right? Is like there's something like
Wrong with
weird
them.
about your brain.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I think we definitely want laughter as something to soothe us.
It makes the medicine go
down.
down.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm a lot more introspective, and I'm a better listener, and I empathize better now. Like in the last couple of years of doing just all improv and sketch comedy, I do maybe sometimes too introspective. I think that can also be a thing that we.
Isn't that part of like the artist struggle? It's like I'm always like just thinking about concepts.
Yeah. And then in their brain it's just like, what if a dog was the president?
But what if?
But what if?
But what if?
If this is true, what else is true?
Why is no one asking these hard-hitting questions?
Yes, why isn't anybody?
But imagine, let's go down that road for a minute. If a dog was president,
yes,
it makes sense that they got voted in. People go nuts for dogs.
they love dogs.
People love dogs so much that I feel like I'm like resentful towards them.
Yeah, you curse under your breath every time you walk by somebody walking.
Dog.
Yeah, fucking dog. Hey.
Well, yeah, because I'm kind of like jealous.
Yeah.
Right?
You wish that you had the unrequited respect and love of a dog.
Yeah.
Ah, I think people love you.
Yeah, but dog love?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want people really like touching the back of your ear and stuff like that at all times?
Maybe.
That's true. It'd be nice if, like, when I went to the washroom, people were like, "That's so good. You're so good."
And someone like, yeah, everyone just like loves you for doing anything. You just like look up and they're like,
Oh, like a human.
you did something.
You look at a book and you're like, "Ah, you're so smart."
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I'm wearing glasses. Or they're like, oh, I'm wearing glasses. You're wearing glasses.
No, you're so
You're wearing
good.
glasses.
In real life, it's just like nerd.
I know,
nerd,
fucking loser. What do you do? Read books?
Yeah, we hang out around Allie too much.
Oh yeah, your wife,
My
Allie.
wife, my wonderful wife, Allie Entwistle. See
Yeah.
the previous episode where she doesn't talk about me.
Yeah, she didn't mention you at all.
Not once.
It was really awkward, actually.
There was a point where you were talking about Capricorns and if you knew any Capricorns, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, I hope Allie says Ronald, and then she didn't, because you were like, she's like, when are Capricorns, and then you were like, oh, like early January or whatever. And then, yeah. So it's fine.
Do you know what she is now?
Yes, she is Gemini.
Yeah.
Yes,
she's a
like
Gemini.
you.
No.
You're not a Gemini.
Oh my god, I actually like almost got actually angry.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I was like, no!
Wow.
And that's like rude because I've been trying to like change my own image of Geminis.
Yes, after knowing a few in your life.
Well, yeah, just after like reading up on them.
No.
and having a few in my life. And I think it's just like it's become like the trendy one to like hate. And I love a good trend.
Yes. We love trends.
We
here.
love trends.
We stand a trend in this household.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Me and Martin, so trendy here.
You're so trendy.
Yeah. I can't. I don't.
I wish they could see your mid board where you put everything that you got that y'all think is mid.
Yeah. We have. What can you put there? Like a banana that's not ripe enough?
Hell yeah.
That's pretty mid.
Yeah, it's pretty mid. A banana that's too ripe.
Yeah. So, what's going on here on Earth, like in existence, right now?
Right now?
Yeah, like just like what do you think's happening?
We are existing as humans for as long as we are going to.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. Now I'm not sure. Now I don't know.
Because like it could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Be a simulation.
Yeah, that's the popular one.
That's a
right
popular
now.
theory.
But it feels lazy to me.
But it's trendy, and we love trends.
Oh yeah, I love
We
trends.
love
But I
trends.
feel like it's kind of like trending out a little bit.
Yeah.
We need like a new trend.
Yes.
I kind of noticed the new trend is like I do a lot of these posts on my Instagram that are like very like spiritual trendy
Oh.
at the same time. And it's very like, I think like individual like kind of self-actualization kind of stuff. I feel like that's like the new wave of like what's going on. It's like we're all just like energy in this like universe.
Yes. We're all just cups of water being poured into other cups of water and bowls of water.
Yeah, it's like that SZA music video where they're sitting at the diner. I forget which song it is, but it's like one of her new ones where he's like, "What about this cup?" And she's like, "Energy." And then he's like, "What about this plate?" And she's like, "Energy." And he's like, "What about us?" And then like they're like, I don't know, like some like sidekick at the end of the side. He's like talking, and then she shoots him in the face, and then she's like, "Energy."
Ah, it's true.
So SZA says it's true.
So SZA says it's true.
Yeah.
And that we can kill people
Yeah.
because it's all energy.
Yeah.
So none of it matters.
Yeah. But I think it was like, it wasn't like a documentary of her.
I think it was.
No.
I think it was because they cut to a talking head of her afterwards, right? Yeah, and she said, "Awkward."
She was like, "Oh my god, guys, sorry, I get kind of riled up."
Yeah.
When I do music.
And then she did the Jim from The Office face.
Yeah. So that I think that maybe that's like the new trendy thing.
That everything is just energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
it's true.
But, well, yeah.
We're all just
kind of is
particles.
true. Here's what I don't understand that maybe you can explain to me.
Okay. This is like a baby asking another baby friend life advice.
But that's how babies learn.
That's
right?
how babies learn, and we're babies.
Yeah, and we're
cute
babies together. Oh yeah, we're babies. So you know they say like
Pacifier.
everything's made of like little like atoms and
Yeah.
chemicals and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're doing an ASMR thing.
yeah.
Here's a bunch of rain.
And then they say there's like space in between those parts.
Yeah. And a like subatomic level.
Yeah, and then it's like, what? Like that confuses me. That there's like space in between there, and then I watched this documentary with Stephen Hawking where he's talking about quantum foam.
Oh yes.
And that you could like time travel through quantum foam or something. Like that works out in math somehow.
Yes. I mean, it's when you
You're
get
like,
into-
obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. I've done mushrooms and watched a bunch of quantum physics videos, so
Yeah.
I know.
But that is how you know.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
Because when you're in mushrooms, you're connected to the higher power.
Yeah. I've never done mushrooms, but I smoke weed, and that's like a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, they're parallel to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a day pass.
Yeah.
And then
Mushrooms are for life.
Mushrooms are like a fast pass, and then I think acid, LSD is probably like the you get the for life because you've been there so long,
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
You've ridden all the rides.
You've ridden all the rides. So
Yeah.
you think that like what's happening is just like happening in real time.
No.
For
Do
the
I think?
yeah, for the like this happened. Our interaction now happened for the first time. right now?
If we're gonna, I don't know what I think. Number one, I like the idea of it all existing at the same time, all happening at the same time. So like the first time that I saw you on a Zoom screen, and right now, and then 5 years from now when you are on a sitcom and you won't talk to me, because you're too famous.
And I'm like, oh my god, Ronald, who is that again? McDonald?
Oh no, my one weakness. You are a teen. The one thing that I hate the most. But yeah, I like the idea that that it all exists at the exact same, like it's all.
Do you think there's like different dimensions where it's like all happening at one?
Like a multiverse of madness.
Or do you think it's like I like that theory that like everything that could happen is happening in another dimension.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the idea of like, every single there being unlimited amount of like parallel universes and stuff like that where like you don't exist, or like a universe where we started recording this 2 seconds before or 2 seconds later, and like all those existing. It seems very tiring.
And then like an elephant like jumps in here right now.
Yeah.
And, like another one.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange is fighting them.
Yeah, like any of that could be happening right now.
Yeah, any of it at any time. But I like the idea, and I hope that is the case. But I forget who said it, but like, I think it also, they said it in regards to simulation theory of like, if it doesn't affect the way that you are living right now, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair. Like, I think like your like just lived experience is like what should be important to you, but at the same time,
it's fun to think about.
It's fun to think about.
About you waking up and being in an alternate universe where you are on the new Greg Daniels TV show or whatever.
Oh yeah, I used to follow this subreddit that's called like dimensional jumping.
Oh.
I don't know if anyone else out there.
I mean, I'm sure that they have a lot of
has a
people.
Weird brain.
And it's been red-pilled too.
Yeah, exactly. No, anyone else there is like broken through the matrix. But there's this whole subreddit that's about like changing the dimension that you're in with like all these like rituals and stuff. And there's people with like all these stories that are like, I went to this dimension, I went to this one, I went to this one. And like, I want to believe so bad that's real just because it's interesting.
Yeah, it is, definitely is. I memean, humans have always wanted to do that. Like, we thought about like alternate universes for such a long time, and like but I think it's easy to get hung up on I wish that I could jump into a different universe, that you just stop doing work in the universe and the reality that you're in now. But I mean, it's always just fun too. I mean, it's like watching a movie or whatever. We just escape for a little bit.
Yeah, it's true. But part of me is like, maybe that's true.
Maybe it's true. Maybe
like, we don't know. Because if that like really did happen, do you think everyone's like gonna go around talking about it or like even remember that they did it?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the other. I remember thinking about that of like, oh, if you did jump into it, wouldn't you just like?
Yeah, I just think that's your life, like a dream. You like wake up, you like in your dream, you think that's just your life, right?
Yes. Yeah, the dream logic of like, oh yeah, it's spaghetti is money, and that makes total sense. And you wake up and you're like, spaghetti isn't money, you idiot, but it would be nice.
But that would be cool.
Yeah, if you could pay for things in spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be really cool. I'd like that. But then also, what if you're buying spaghetti with spaghetti? How does that work?
I mean, you buy money with money, right? You buy like coins. You buy Bitcoin or whatever.
You buy money with money?
We just buy money with money.
I've never done that before.
You've never done that before? You've never bought I guess you never bought like a money order to like pay for something? Because PayPal existed when you were shopping online. I was a nerdy little kid, and then so I would want to get things from like magazines and stuff, like comics and action figures and stuff. So I'd have to talk my parents into going to the bank and getting a money order.
You'd have to talk your parents into getting a money order?
Yeah, so that I could like mail it to somebody, and then they would send me stuff.
Like a book or something?
Yeah.
Remember you could get like books, like they'd like have like ads in a newspaper that's like send like money to like get
to this place,
thing.
get an encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember?
I don't think so. I think it's from the universe that you were originally from.
Whoa.
Ah.
But like, also, if that was true, like, why would that matter? Like, if you were going into different dimensions, like, why would that matter if they're so similar?
Yeah, I mean, like, who knows? Like, what? I mean, if there are if there is an infinite multiverse of things, who know? Like, who's to say that you weren't in a different universe yesterday?
Well, okay.
And it's like it's like so. The only difference is in this universe you have one less eyelash.
Well, exactly. And like, okay, tell me why. Sometimes you're hanging out with like a friend, right? You're hanging out with like your partner, whoever.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I've never seen this sign before. And then that person is like, that's there every day. What are you talking about? That sign's always been there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, maybe they were just in a different dimension, that the sign wasn't there. Not that I'm not observant.
It's never my fault.
No.
We're just in I was in a different universe.
Or it's like the Mandela effect thing. Explain that, Ronald, if there's not different dimensions.
There's so many things on the... There's so many... There's an episode of How To with John Wilson that goes into the Mandela effect that you can watch and will be better than whatever I would say.
Okay, so what about ghosts?
What
about ghosts? Are you into ghosts? Are you a ghosty person?
I like ghost stories. I really... like. Even when
I thought you'd be like, I like ghosts.
I like ghosts. I have dabbled with... I've been to a ghost orgy.
You've been to a ghost orgy?
Yes, I've been
I do that every night.
Hell yeah!
Yeah! Yeah, ghost orgy every night, baby. Martin doesn't like it.
Oh, no, yeah.
He said
He's
it's
very
too loud.
Catholic.
Yeah.
It's number one, you're not married to any of these ghosts.
Well, yeah, no, he gets really upset with me.
Yeah, that's the only problem he has with it.
That's our only, like, contention as roommates, is that I have too loud of ghost orgies.
Yeah.
Because we have a wall that's shared.
What do you play? What music do you play? Do you just play, like, Rattling Chains and, like...
I don't play anything, it's just, like, dead silence.
Oh, with the ghosts?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because, like, in their dimension, they're hearing music.
Oh, they're in a different dimension.
Well, it's like our dimensions are, like, meeting.
Oh, okay. Those are like overlapping.
It's like a whole ghost situation.
It's a whole ghost situation.
Yeah.
It's one of those classic ghost situations.
Yeah.
Not the movie. Not the movie.
But they did get every detail accurate.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why everyone makes pottery so sensually.
Well, pottery is really sensual.
It is. I mean, I do a lot of clay crafts and stuff like that, so I get it. I get it. Work with your hand.
But I feel like the ones that, it's not sensual unless it's the one that spins, that's like all slippery and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You can have someone go behind you and ghost you.
That's the most sensual thing that you can do. And you do that every night.
Yeah.
And that's also another reason why Martin's mad, because you're getting clay all over the place.
Yeah.
There's clay all over the place.
Yeah. He gets really
Edit in
upset.
clay here.
Yeah, it's splattered everywhere.
It's everywhere.
And when he goes in and sees me, it's just me sitting there, like, because he can't see the ghost.
You can't see the ghost.
Not everyone has the gift.
Nobody, yeah.
So.
When did you receive this gift?
I think I've always had it.
Oh,
like,
it was never wrapped? You never...
I don't think so. I think it, like, was just, like, you know when someone gets you a gift and you're just behind their back and they're like, here you go. I think it was like that.
It was just that.
situation.
Yeah, so you found it behind your own back?
No, it was, God.
Our Lord and Savior.
It was our Lord and Savior. God.
God, have you heard of him?
Have you ever heard of that little guy?
Isn't Jesus the Lord and Savior?
Yeah.
Because he saved us.
But
Thank you for your service.
I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
I don't know all the, like, different tiers.
Tiers.
I don't know the hierarchy.
The different tiers.
Yeah.
There's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And then angels look like scary eyeballs.
Yeah, with like rotating rings.
I
all around
love
them.
that.
I love that too. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a good aesthetic.
If they had that aesthetic for like religion does have like an arguably good aesthetic.
Kind of, I guess.
The time.
I mean, it's very like metal. Like when you look at like the imagery, like I grew up Catholic, so I would have to see a lot of.
Do they have the angels with all the eyes?
They don't really. It's just the lame dude. Usually dudes with wings, like bird wings.
Oh, that seems sexist.
It is pretty sexist.
I thought
but they are
were
also.
all women.
I wish.
Like Charlie's
I
Angels.
wish. Yes. That's not. Charlie's Angels is not historically accurate. It's not biblically accurate. But also I don't think angels have. I think angels don't have gender. I don't think.
Oh, and like God, but then Jesus is like a man.
Yeah, he's a dude. He's the son of God.
Aren't we all?
We all are. But he's also our daddy.
He's also our daddy.
Our daddy.
And I think he could be anything you want him to be.
You could.
I think that's where that saying came from.
Yeah. I can be whoever you want me to be.
So you've never had like a ghost experience?
I have had ghost experience, yeah.
Oh my god, I feel like I could tell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I would like for ghosts to exist, and I think it definitely is one of those things where like the more you want it to happen, like with aliens and stuff like that too. The more you want it to happen, the less likely it's going to happen to you. Like a lot of people
the less likely you want it to happen, the more it happens to you.
Yeah, like a lot of the more believable stories are usually somebody who like even now is like, I don't really believe in ghosts. Like, here's the story.
I feel like I believe in ghosts because I've seen them.
You've seen them?
With my eyes.
With your own eyes.
With my own eyes.
With your own eyes.
Yeah, or I was looking into a different dimension.
Or yeah.
Which I think is maybe the same thing.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like depending on what we think ghosts actually are.
Did you see them like with your eyes, or did something just like move?
Just
around?
stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me? Should I? Do you want me to do the story?
Yeah, we need to know the story now.
So
let's just talk around it the whole time and not tell anyone.
Yes. Classic improv scene.
Well, I didn't know if it was like really scary for you, and you don't.
No, I mean they're not. The two like most prominent stories aren't very scary. Like aren't scary to me. But the first time was my brother and we shared an attic space. So then there was like basically a divider for the two rooms. And we would play up there all the time. And we were arguing upstairs. We were arguing in my brother's side of the room. And that's where my dad also kept a lot of his instruments, like his guitar and stuff like that. And we were upstairs. Our parents were, like our dad was working and our mom was just downstairs. And we started like arguing about something really stupid. I forget. I think it was about like maybe Jimi Hendrix or something. I think we had seen him on a poster, and we were like, just like
Purple Haze is the
Purple
best.
Haze is the best.
No, that's Foxy Lady's the best.
Yeah, and then we were both. I was like 5, and he was 3, and we were getting very stoned. We were so high. We took some edibles. Maybe I was like 6 and 4. But anyway, we were arguing, and as we were arguing about this thing, our dad's guitar just started going strumming, like ding a ding a ding a ding a ding, and it was on the guitar stand, like near.
Was it Jimi Hendrix?
And maybe it was Jimi Hendrix.
Damn. Or it's like someone that really like music. They used to live there. Be like, no,
those stupid kids. They don't have good taste.
Yeah.
They should be listening to the Star Spangled Banner. That's
I like
the
to
best.
think that they were like, keep rocking, kids.
Keep talking about it. My brother and I, we didn't know what was happening. We were afraid because I think we had a concept of like ghosts. As you do from Halloween and stuff, so we were just looking around the room. We thought maybe our dad was playing a prank on us, but there's like it's just a wall and the guitar.
There's like no way to play a prank.
Yeah, and it was like da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. It wasn't just like a.
It wasn't just like it got knocked even or something.
Yeah,
or like
but
a vibration.
What happened next was we like just basically we were kids, so we started to forget about why we were scared, and we were arguing about something else, and the guitar fell over, and it was a cling, and we just were like, oh, and our heads were like, oh, maybe a truck. Like, I don't know. We just justified it as kids.
You just try to think of like a logical solution.
Yeah, as a kid, but I think we were afraid, and then we I think I was yelling at my brother to go downstairs and like get our mom, because I guess I was too afraid to move, and I think he was too afraid to move. I'm the older brother, so I should have went down there, and he was too afraid to move, and then he and I were both yelling at each other, and as we were doing that, a maraca, one of my dad's maracas, flew across the room, hit the wall, and like exploded.
There's no way to dispute that's not a prank.
It's a prank.
It's a ghost prank.
Ghost prank.
That should be a new television show.
That's what we're pitching.
Ghost
That's our pitch. Sarah and I are pitching ghost pranks.
That's like a real ghost activity.
Yeah, it was and then so that was like the one that the one that I think that was the first ghost experience that I had. And then from then I would read a lot of books.
About ghosts?
About ghosts. I would go to like the library in our elementary school and like take out all the ghost story
What
books.
did you learn about them?
I mean, it was all the stuff the stuff that you would learn from cartoons or whatever. That they come out at night. That they're all Victorian. They're all English people.
They're all British.
They're all British. All ghosts are British.
They all want a spot of tea.
They all want a little spot of tea.
Yeah.
They all want to take it in their flats.
In their flats.
In their flats.
Yeah.
The royal pronunciation, BBC News.
And they just want to take the piss.
We're just taking the piss. Can I take the piss, please? May I have one piss, please? To
May I
take?
just take one?
I'm just taking the piss. It's always fun when a British person is mean to you, and then at the end they're like, "I'm just taking the piss." Like, let's make it okay.
Isn't that banter?
Banter.
I thought like banter was like being
Banter.
mean, but it's like a joke, but it's not.
We're just ribbing you. We're doing a little bit of rib.
We're just doing a little bit of a squally wag.
We're having a bit of a snog.
Yeah.
That's just I'm just taking the piss. Snog. What's one of your ghost stories?
Okay, this is my scariest one. I've had a few. When I was like 8 years old, I used to sleep with like my hall door open. I lived in an apartment because I'm like a little kid. I'm scared of the dark. And the hall light is always on. And I wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know why, because I always had trouble sleeping. And I'm like staring out into the hallway, like how you do when you're just like zoning out as a kid. And then I see like this black cloaked figure, like a literal demon, like turning into my bedroom, like from the hall.
Oh.
And then I start screaming because like there's a demon coming in my room.
They had like a demon face?
They had like no face. It was just like a hooded, like cloaked figure with like no legs, like exactly
But
like
you
what
knew
you
it was
see.
you knew it was a demon and not like just like
Well, I was getting
Grim
like
Reaper?
demon vibes.
Oh.
Well, maybe it was the Grim Reaper. If the Grim Reaper is a type of demon, I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to.
I don't know the lore of
the
demons.
demon lore.
Yeah, I kind of avoided it after that day.
Ah,
But
stayed away.
This is the part that's spooky, because you could be like, oh, you're just dreaming still or something, right? But here's the spooky part that I could never, like, justify to myself, is that I screamed, and my mom's just in the bedroom beside mine, so she, like, comes running in because she, like, thinks I'm getting murdered or something.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. And then I see, as she's running in, I see her run through the demon, and the demon dissipates as she runs through it. And that's the part that, like, because I'm like, how could I dream that? Because I was, like, awake after that, like.
Yeah.
And I felt, like, awake the whole time.
Yeah.
So isn't that weird?
It is weird. And
It's
I'm not.
really scary.
Have you had sleep? Do you have sleep paralysis?
Yeah, I've had sleep paralysis before.
Okay.
It could have been that, but I've never hallucinated with sleep paralysis.
I have.
Yeah, ew, that sounds bad.
I had one that was really weird. It was a really weird sleep paralysis situation. I was like maybe 15, and I was taking a nap. It was like middle of the day.
It always happens at a nap.
Yeah, it
right?
always happens with a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we never have naps.
Yeah.
In this house, we don't stand.
We
naps.
don't siesta in here.
We don't know siestas.
No.
We can, no siestas. We can have fiestas.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god, lots of fiestas.
Lots of fiestas.
No
No
siestas.
siestas.
No.
Not a siesta, please. I was having a nap at midday, and I think my dad and like some of his friends, maybe my uncle, were like watching like boxing or something along those lines, so I could kind of hear them from the other room.
You're like shouting.
And like them being excited and like and like the TV going
Sports noises.
Sports noises, classic zoom zoom,
Yeah.
classic pass, goal,
like
the really like but like soft
yeah. And then
noises.
Yeah.
And oh my god, from the commentators. So that I could hear that, and then I was what I thought was awake. But I guess my eyes were open, and it's the classic sleep paralysis thing of you being able to.
And you can like still see your actual like house.
Yeah, you can still see everything, whether or not like my eyes were actually open, or if I'm just remembering what the thing looked like. But I had a dream that like this weird man was coming into the room,
Like
and he was
that.
with a big smile and just going like,
Oh,
and coming
so
towards me, and then he was saying, "I'm gonna touch your butt. I'm gonna touch your butt."
Oh no!
And I wanted to say no, 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 and scream for help or whatever, but I couldn't because of sleep paralysis.
I
And
would
then
hate that so much.
it was so weird. And then he crawled onto the bed. And I could feel him like his fingers, his like wet fingers going up my like legs.
What
I guess
if
I
it
was
was
wearing
the
shorts.
same guy that did the guitar?
Maybe it is.
With his little creepy fingers.
He's like, you don't talk about Jimmy enough.
Yeah.
This is how you hold a chord.
Well, you never know.
You never know. It was a different house though.
Oh. Okay.
And
fair.
yeah, and then he came up and he started touching my butt. And then I woke up. I finally shook myself awake, and then like I was in the room, and like
I hate that feeling when you're trying to like wake up so bad.
Yeah.
You're trying to like, if I move like one finger, I'll wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of dreams lately.
That sounds awful.
I've had a
That
lot of
sounds
dreams
so
lately.
scary.
I hate dreams so much. I hate when there's sunshine. I hate when there's puppies. But
Yeah, you've been having really vivid ones.
I've been having really vivid dreams, and I've been having the you wake up in you think you wake up, but it's a dream, and then you wake up.
Oh, I hate that when you wake up in your dream.
Yeah.
That's like some Inception shit.
Yeah, it's layers and layers. But I've been having a couple of weeks ago. I was on a retreat with my improv group, and I was at Alyssa, who's a member of the group's cabin, and I had 30 of those in a row.
30 of those
30 of those in a row.
Like you woke up and then you woke up and then you woke
Yes.
up and then you woke up and then you woke up.
Yeah, because I knew that like I was taking a nap and I knew I had to get up because we were gonna like just jam. And I think it always happens whenever I know that I have to wake up to do something. But like I kept waking up, and it got to the point like the first 4 or 5 is like dream logic of like you forgetting.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where like I was now fully aware that everything
you were
was
like
a
lucid
dream.
dreaming?
Yeah, it was basically a lucid dreaming, but I kept on like I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wake up at a certain point. And like but usually when that happens you wake up when you realize that you're in a dream. But it was a lucid dreaming, so I was just like kind of like, okay, I want to wake up now, and I couldn't. And then I would wake up, and it would be like a mundane thing. I'd be in the cabin, in the bed that I'm supposed to get, and I would climb down the ladder because Alyssa and I were on a bunk bed, which is very cute. And then I would go to the washroom, and then as I was opening the washroom door, I would wake up again.
What?
And then I would be like just in bed. I'm like, okay, is this a dream or am I actually awake now? And then I'd be
That's
like,
weird
okay.
when you just can't tell.
Yeah, and then I would wake up, and then so around like number 15, I was like, oh, maybe I died.
Yeah.
And this is like what reality is now?
Or you went into one of those like movies where it's like a time glitch and you like
Yeah.
keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, source code with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, how confused were you when you actually woke up?
When I actually woke up, because during the dream, during one of the dreams, I woke up. I went to the living room, and where Martin, who's a member of our group, also, he was there, and some of the members of our group were already awake, and they were in the living room. And I went and I told them in the dream that I've been having recurring dreams, and then they started to tell me that there's no such thing as recurring dreams, and then I was like, oh, I'm dreaming, and then I woke up. And then, so finally when I actually woke up and I told them again, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is a dream or not. And they were like, then everybody's had this sort of thing. But like I had it so much that I was like, oh, this is like the afterlife. Or I've become unglued from like the timeline or whatever.
I've had like weird things like that too. And this is what I'm wondering. Because like it's not like super pleasant in the moment.
No.
But it's also like kind of cool and sick
Yeah.
at the same time. So I'm like, is my brain doing that to me? And is that your brain doing it to you? Because they like know you secretly like it.
Yeah.
And it's like secretly interesting to you,
Yeah.
even though it's dark.
Yeah, like I'll show you something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Because like what's like the evolutionary like benefit of your brain doing that?
It's living in the moment.
Not really.
Yeah. Living in the moment that you have because it's going to disappear.
Well, Have you done like lucid dreaming before? Apart from that, like on purpose?
Not like not on purpose. Not like where everyone's like, oh, try to write something down because when you're in a dream you can't like read or write or whatever.
Oh,
is what they say. I'm pretty like, but then I've read and written in dreams.
I've I wrote text messages in dreams.
Yeah, but then in thinking about it, I don't know if it was one of those things where my brain was filling out all the information and then it like. I mean, like, yeah, that's fine. If you really looked at the screen, it would be squiggles or whatever. Like, I don't actually know if the letters made sense. Or, like, when I was reading something, if, like, I can't remember whether or not it was an actual word. Or if I just saw, like,
blah, 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 blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah. But then my brain was like, oh, they went to the hallway. And, like, like your brain does the fill-in stuff.
When you're dreaming, do you see, like, how you see now? Or are you, like, looking at yourself while you're dreaming? Because I feel like there's, like, two different kinds of people.
I do both.
I only ever see through my own eyes. I've like never
person?
seen myself in a dream.
I'm more often than not do the first. I'm usually first person, but there are times where I've like had dreams where I'm seeing myself from away, like from the outside perspective, like you're talking about.
That's
and I've had dreams where I'm seeing it like a movie, where and then I don't exist.
Oh, you're just like watching?
I'm just watching something happening.
So it's just like a scene of it and you like in the corner just like staring?
Yeah, just staring at myself, pointing me to get back to the dream. So, do you have dreams that are like not about you?
Like that don't center me
in
the dream?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I feel like they're all like about like me or like I'm involved in it.
You're like you're just in the situation. The situation might not be about you, but
but it's like happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
all about me.
All about me.
That'd be fun though, but no. Usually like my dreams are very scary.
Oh.
And like very terrorizing and very like
those aren't dreams, those are nightmares.
I have mostly nightmares.
Oh.
Like I have almost exclusively nightmares since I was a kid. Like since I was a young child. Every night.
Does smoking weed do you stop dreaming? Yeah, me too.
No.
I know a lot of people are like, if I smoke weed, I don't dream anymore. But I think my dreams are even more bananas.
But I think it could be an effect from my medication too.
Yeah.
Because I've taken like medication since I was like a little kid and stuff. And,
okay.
Like every side effect that you can think of is like all of my medications, and a lot of them are like nightmares specifically. So I'm like, why is that a side effect of something? They're like, oh, this could like help you with all this stuff and make your kidney not reject, but also give you night terrors every night.
Yeah, what is the molecule in there that is like tilting your brain to do nightmares instead of...
I have a conspiracy theory that maybe there's like an evil scientist out there that didn't need to add that, but he's like, one drop of nightmare.
And only I will know. This is a secret just for me.
Well, I feel like that's how evil villains work if they're smart.
Yeah.
And then he just like sees everyone, like he's gonna watch this episode later. He's gonna be like, oh, got her too.
Yes, you're part of my collection. He has a little Funko Pop of you. Puts it on his like little shelf.
I got another one.
Yes, another one.
And then it's like one of those like evil layers where it's like a cave and it goes up like 2,000 feet.
Yeah, you just see
so
a million Funko Pops. I like the idea of him like painting each one of them, customizing them to be like, this one would be Sahara. There we go.
Why do I feel like that could be true? Like I don't feel like that's 100% unreasonable.
No, I don't think it is. In today's age,
like that could be possible.
Yeah, I mean there are serial killers and they like to keep trophies and stuff like that too. So if somebody really wanted people to have nightmares, then I guess
I don't even think I'd be like that angry. I'm like impressed at how organized they are as a person.
Yeah.
Because like I think that's like what separates like me from a lot of like super villains and really successful people is that they're like super organized. And they're always hyper focused on doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
Where like I like to think about like dimensions for a few hours every day.
And then kind of like go back to the thing you were working on and be like, I'll take care of this tomorrow.
Yeah, and then like watch YouTube for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my vibe.
That's your vibe.
Yeah.
It's a good vibe. It's a vibe that I have too.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was more focused, I'd be a lot more successful.
Yeah, but like I also don't think I don't want that right now. Maybe I want that one day. Never say never.
Yeah.
Because like I know I have that capacity probably.
Yeah.
To be a supervillain in a layer with a bunch of little figurines of people.
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
Just like, and each person will burp. Mine is burping. That's my yum.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I like.
What about aliens and stuff? Are you like an alien person?
I know I know a lot about aliens and stuff, but like I definitely think it's one of those I have to see it for myself.
You don't think you've ever been abducted?
I don't think I have been. I don't think I'm that interested. I don't think I'm that interesting.
Well, I don't know if that's like you could be interesting to an alien.
That's true. I mean, we could all just be content. We could all just be content.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. How do you know that there's not an alien out there right now that's like, oh, no human would ever think I'm interesting? And it's like we all would.
And we all we look at the sun at the exact same time, and we're just singing somewhere out there.
So you don't think you've been abducted?
I don't think I've been
that
abducted.
They could be real.
I think the United States government and other governments have talked about like confirming that like what do they call them? UAPs, unidentified astral projection. I forget what it is, but they say that those things are real. Whether or not it's modern technology or whatever. But yeah, I mean the universe is infinite, right? So like there probably exists something else that maybe is better than us and doesn't want to deal with us.
Yeah, or they are secretly.
Or they're secretly already part.
Or they're like infiltrating.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in like an alien and ghost family
Oh.
where like my mom and grandma that like I grew up with just like always believed in it and always talked about it. And now I think it's like, it's added like a lot of fun fantasy aspects to my life.
Yes.
But it's like, it's actually scary too. If someone tells you since you're a kid, like, all these things are for sure real.
For sure real.
And there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Because it happened to us.
Did your mom and grandma, were they abducted?
Yeah, they've been abducted.
Oh.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But, yeah.
You sound like you believe it 100%.
Well, okay. How was that?
Have you been? Do you think that you've been abducted?
Yeah, I think I've been abducted too. And it's just like a feeling I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I know for sure.
Well, I mean, you gotta follow your gut.
Do you want to know something added on top of that?
Sure.
That's even more wacky?
I would want nothing more.
Is that like maybe like almost 10 years ago? My mom's married now, but she was divorced before. So 10 years ago, she went on a date with this guy from like the internet or something. So
yeah.
You already know it's going to be a weird story. And
doesn't everybody date from the internet now?
I haven't had any success.
Well, I guess date and kissing are two different things.
Yeah, I haven't had any personal success with online dating, but I'm sure people have done it. My sister and her husband met online. Yeah. That's the only success story that I know, to be honest. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure that I will. We'll see. We'll see.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Everyone I've dated, I've met in person.
You're real.
I'm old-fashioned.
Yes, you're very old-fashioned.
Yeah, just like a ghost.
Oh no! Stop having those orgies.
I know. Oh my god, what if they're like ghost DNA rubbed off on me and that's why I can't do online dating.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Tinder's like, no thank you. You have ectoplasm all over you.
That could be it.
As a ghost and paranormal investigator, I'd say that you can't use Tinder.
That is a special role at Tinder headquarters.
Oh, ghost inspector?
Yeah. Anyone that they think is a ghost, they kick off.
Hey, I think my account is haunted. No women want to hook up with me.
Well, yeah, they're getting a lot of those messages.
A lot of ghosting messages. A lot of people getting ghosted.
Yeah.
But your mom was on a date with a man from the internet.
Date with a man from the internet, and they're like having coffee, something regular that you would do with someone you meet online. And then, like halfway through the date, he's like, "Can I tell you something?" Which is already
that's
like
always great.
Oh,
That's
no,
always
right?
great.
Especially like a strange man says that to you. You're like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
Um, and he's just like, I can tell from looking at you that you're an alien hybrid and that you're half alien.
What kind? A gray?
I don't remember what kind he said, but he knew all the different kinds.
Yeah. He had his little collection.
And then my mom's like, okay, well, I'm already kind of into this. I'm like curious, right? Like she's like, oh, this guy is obviously like wacky,
but maybe he's so wacky that he's the most reasonable man in existence.
Well, that's always what happens in movies, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we have to say those people are crazy.
But they're so crazy, but they're the only ones who know the truth.
See the truth.
Yeah.
When she's like, oh, well, what do you mean? That's a what? Right?
I'm very excited for everything we've talked about to go through the YouTube algorithm and for it to be like, no, this is all conspiracy theory.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so he said your mom was
Yeah, and she said that my grandma was abducted, had sex with an alien on a spaceship.
Oh, well, why are you telling on grandma?
I know and that's how she got
her part.
Yeah, that's how she got born, was because her dad's an alien. And that he's like, oh, you don't have to, like, mask around me. You can unmask yourself around me. And she's like, okay, what? But also tell me more, you know? So she's an alien hybrid. So then he said that, oh, your children are part alien, too. And he said that, especially your daughters, and I don't know, I guess she told him that she had kids, and then he's like, but especially your youngest daughter, which is me, she's like, there's something really special about her. He's like, I can't, like, read her energy, it's like her force field is just, like, too strong.
Do you feel like your force field is too strong?
Yeah, I do think I have a strong force field, but also now I'm like, maybe I'm an alien too, and that's why they've taken us throughout the years, because they need to, like, check up on what's going on.
Yeah.
And then my mom did, like, a lot of Googling about alien hybrids that night. And then she found, like, one, like, drawing that looked like a, like, child did it, that, like, very vaguely looked like me.
Yeah. But you put the pieces together.
Yeah,
this is Sahara for sure.
They're just like, it's real!
It's real! What if you looked at the picture now, and then if you saw it and it looked exactly like you now, right now?
That'd be so freaking
like it was
scary.
wearing the glasses.
Yeah, that'd be really scary. But it was like a girl with like long brown hair with like kind of a round face and big eyes, and like it did kind of look like me, but it also looked like a 12-year-old drew it.
Yeah. Which I think most paranormal and alien photos they do look it's not a highly detailed artist who's like getting in with charcoals and stuff. It's like somebody with a bunch of crayons. I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to scare everyone, but it's 100% real.
But it's 100% real?
And there's no doubt in my mind that it's real.
Sahara is 1/4 Palladian?
1/4, yeah, alien. So that's why I can read everyone's mind all the time.
Oh, in my most manic states, I sometimes thought that people were reading my mind.
I've thought that too.
Yeah.
Is that like an anxiety thing?
I think it's an anxiety thing. I know it's a thing with people, with different. I know people who are bipolar. People who are bipolar is the correct way to say it. Not bipolar people.
Yeah.
People who are bipolar also if they have paranoid delusions, they think that. But yeah, I used to think that a lot. And then the one thing that I realized was that if people were actually psychic and could read my mind, they would be a lot more successful and rich and wouldn't be around me.
Oh yeah.
So I logically was like, okay. And then sometimes even now when I'm in a manic state and like I have that thought like, oh, maybe they can read my mind. I'm like, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't read my. They would be the president or something like that. They would be a billionaire if they could actually read minds.
Maybe there's like, I don't know if that's true. Not to make your problem worse, but what if they can read minds and it's just like they just like don't know what to do with it? Because like if I just started like reading everyone's mind today, I wouldn't just know how to be a celebrity suddenly.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true. Especially in this business.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could
Like manipulate people really easily.
yeah, I think you could.
Because you could tell them everything they want to know and hear.
Yeah, basically the way that like grifters or like con artists
psychics and stuff.
Yeah, psychics they fish for information. But if you actually knew some of the information and knew how
like,
to like
so observant that they can like tell you things about yourself.
Yeah, which is like I think anybody with that, most people would be able to. Well, I think it would probably drive you actually insane to be able to do that. But I think if it didn't, then you would probably be able to use it in a way that would make you successful in different things. So you make a lot of money. Then you can fund your web series, your 12 episode web series, and hire Daniel Craig. I don't know why we'll hire Daniel Craig. We'll let him do his Southern lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like that does make sense that it's like from stress or like mental health or whatever, not real. Because when I did think that was when I was a kid, when I was on dialysis and I was under a lot of stress.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought that like my handy dart driver could like read my mind.
Was it because they were like able to anticipate your needs and stuff like that, or
no? I think it's just because I was like looking at them through like the rear view glass, and I was like kind of tired and out of it all the time because I was sickly and like sleep deprived and stuff. And that just makes like your brain do. And I was like a little kid. I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And like I'm interested in aliens and ghosts and stuff already.
Already, yeah. So yeah. Have you had any like independent like realizations like that when you were a kid, and then you find out later that's like it's a thing that everybody thought or has been thought of before?
Yeah, kind of. And like I find like when I was like a teenager, that like upset me because I want to be so different.
Oh, and then you're just like, oh no, like, everything has been done before. Yeah,
and then like I was like in my early 20s, I was still like, oh no, I'm different. My life is so different. My struggles are so different. My brain's so different.
Yeah.
And then I started therapy, and then I was like, I'm the same as everyone else, and that's so comforting and nice.
Yeah, that we're all basically the same animal.
Yeah, and we're all the same animal. We're all going through really similar things, even though they're very different situations a lot of the time. And there's like a lot of like unity and humanity that feels really nice about that. And that's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool with me.
That's real cool.
But I also, my version of that also that sometimes I'll still have, not even if I'm under stress, just because it's like my brain, is I'll see people sometimes, and this happens to my mom too, where she'll look at them and be like, oh, they're for sure like an alien, disguised as like a human.
I don't know. I think about ghosts and alternate realities quite often. I don't ever think about like alien stuff, yeah. I
try not to so much because it does like consume my life if I think about it too much. And now here's my thing that I'm like, it's like obviously any possibility is possible, and if it is real that I have been abducted, as long as it doesn't like negatively affect my life, why does it matter?
Yeah,
that's how I've like come to terms with it in my brain.
Yeah, that's why whenever I get too consumed in like the multiverse, like all that stuff, it is a thing that if it doesn't affect the way that I'm my day-to-day now, then it doesn't matter.
And also it's like, I think there is also part of it where I think like what I was saying before, where it's like, it's part of my brain doing that just because like I find it interesting and cool. And my brain just like wants to entertain me.
Yeah. Like, hey, look at this.
Yeah, look at this crazy stuff.
Look at this. I think you should probably just watch a YouTube video, but what about this?
Yeah.
Or stop looking at YouTube videos. Think about this.
I watch way too many.
Way too many? I've gone rabbit holes.
Yeah.
I'm watching a lot of mystery box toy
I love
opening
those.
Things.
Yeah. I could watch that stuff for hours.
Yeah, I go on a rabbit. I like watch. I've been watching like this person in Japan opening up like stuff from Tokyo Disney.
Love that.
Yeah, they have like really nice. They always have such nice fingernails.
I love like watching those videos too of people in other countries like going to restaurants and stuff and like seeing like what like the vibe is like how the service works there, like. I don't know. I love those kind of things. You can watch anything. You can go down such a hole now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything. What about like other kind of? What about like something that I do also believe in that's paranormal is I think that fairies are probably real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like in the forest and stuff. I
Yeah.
think like they're really little though. So you can't
Oh,
see
like
them.
they're subatomic.
Yeah.
I used to believe in fairies, and not that I don't now. We stand fairies in this.
I bet a bunch of them could have just died because you said that, like in
Oh,
Peter Pan.
no.
Because if you say you don't believe in them, you die. They're just saying you do believe in fairies.
I had a bunch of fairies here. There's like this theory that like all the things that we've done in modern times, like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and even like phone service and electricity back in the early industrial age. I'm very stupid. But whenever we started having like electric poles and stuff like that,
right.
that it basically took magic away. Like it interacts with the frequency that fairies and even ghosts used to exist on, and so like basically blocks.
I think that could be true.
Yeah, those things aren't existing, which is why like people only ever see fairies really in
the
forests now, because they're away from
Out
away
in
from
the country.
5G.
Out in the countryside.
Out in the countryside. Out in the countryside.
Out in the countryside.
The little countryside. I'm British.
And they're not just taking the piss.
They're not taking a piss. And they're having a snog.
They're not having a little snog.
They're having a little snog. Two little fairies snogging it up. That's what I like. That's my yum.
Yeah, but I think like just believing in these things makes life a little less mundane, a little more exciting. It gets like the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
I think it like reflects a lot of like our own inner stuff that we're like projecting on the world, which is like interesting.
Yes.
And I think like doesn't necessarily make it less real.
For sure. Then what is reality?
Well, yeah, what is real?
Yeah, like I mentioned to you, and that I had a off week last week, and I was asleep for like basically 4 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was dreaming a lot, and I was dreaming more than I was actually physically awake. And
That's
then,
weird.
Yeah, and then what is at that point? What is reality then? If that is
Were
your
you enjoying yourself? Were you having like a good time?
it cycled in and out of being
Oh.
good,
Yeah.
bad, scary,
Like
whatever.
life?
Yeah, just like life.
Just like regular life.
Yeah.
Let us see where we are. Oh my god, we've talked for so long.
Oh no!
This is gonna be an extra long one, but I was having such a good time talking about weird
Me
stuff
too.
with you.
Yeah. It's fun
It was
to talk
fun.
about. Yeah.
And I feel like everyone else like doesn't like talk about this stuff with me, like death and ghosts and aliens.
And that's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh yeah, I used to play with them as a kid.
Yeah, the Morocco Man. Who
And I
wants to touch
think
my
that
butt?
I could tell that. Yeah, who wants to touch your butt?
What about me? Makes ghost wants to touch my butt. Number one. What about me made you? It was just a vibe.
I think
Like-
it was just like a vibe, and I think you see him like maybe I think this is my real answer that I think it's like I do believe in like energy, and I think like there's like people are on like different frequencies and stuff,
Yeah.
and I feel like you can like maybe because I've experienced some things too, it's like you can see it in someone else, you know? It's like there's like some like similar energy that's like lining up or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just a vibe.
It's just a vibe.
Just a vibration.
Vibrations, crystals,
Did everyone know that's what vibe stands for? Vibration.
vibrations. Feel the vibrations.
So is there anything you want to say before we wrap up? Is there anything you need the world to know? Is there anything you need the secret evil layer guy to know about your figurine? Is there anything you want to plug to the universe about like your art or just like your general thoughts?
That's so much.
Yeah. Your choice.
Please don't paint glasses onto me. Have little Funko glasses on my pop.
Oh, that'd be so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a 3D situation.
Yeah, 3D.
That's
Third,
nice.
4D.
4D.
Fourth dimensional Funko Pops.
50s, 60s.
70. That's too many D's.
That's way too many.
For me, for my little
For
human
my
brain.
taste. For my
my taste.
ghost orgy, that's too many
Yes.
D's.
Too many D's. Other letters?
I don't know.
What's your favorite letter?
My favorite letter?
Yeah.
I think it sounds dumb, but A.
Ah.
This one.
I like vanilla. I like the letter A. I like the number 1.
Yeah, I do. Those are all
Those
nice.
are-
Yeah.
They're all nice things. And whenever people are like that, oh, it's pretty vanilla. I'm like, vanilla's good.
Vanilla's a good flavor. Vanilla's
Yeah.
not such a bad rap in society.
It has. And the fact that you can have it all the time means it's good. People are just also stick with the flavor you love. Don't go chasing other flavors. You stick to the flavors and the links that you're used to. And clap for fairies all the
Clap
time.
for fairies and don't say you know what about them or they're gonna be. That would really suck, doesn't it?
That would suck.
So thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
for being here, Ronald. This was so much fun.
Goodbye.
I'm freaking
Why are you
out.
crossing your fingers? You said so much fun.
awkward. Yeah, no, I did off camera though, so
Oh, you
only
did
you
that,
can
yeah.
see it.
Only I can see it.
Only
Now
you can feel
only-
it and
yeah.
feel bad about it.
Yeah.
It won't ruin the magic. Yeah, so freaking thanks. Oh yeah, let's do like a kind of like crazy. Oh, we could do like a ghost pose, like.
Mind freak.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Perfect. Do you think Martin's been listening to this whole thing? Don't worry, everyone. I think that Ronald turned out to be fine. He's probably not a demon still, but if you see him around, you better watch your back.